in Dawson Street in Colombo, as we always do. The national holiday, the public and mercantile holiday, well, not mercantile but public holiday, is is very much underway. There was hardly any traffic, and it looks like people are staying at home. It doesn't mean that one should be gallivanting here, there, and everywhere. Try and contain anything. Do stay within your usual abode. Now then, to discuss various matters, including the impact of COVID-19 on Sri Lanka's economy, on Sri Lanka's politics, on governance in this country, we've got here a member of the JVP, Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, who's had a breeze driving in today. Very good morning to you.
Good morning, Faraz.
No traffic, was there?
No traffic because of Corona.
Because of Corona?
Yeah.
Is it a good idea, this thing? One day? Should it be more? Should it be a week? Should it be 2 weeks?
That depends on the spreading of the disease.
Right.
Anyway, you know that the number increased yesterday to 18.
Yeah.
So we expect more patients may recover. We may identify by the health ministry. Anyway, this is national emergency, so we have to prepare because we have to save the lives of our people, especially if it spreads more. We can't expect the outcome anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to prepare early, and we have to strengthen our health system. So some complaints are coming from the hospitals. Actually, the hospital staff, including the doctors as well as the minor staff.
Yeah.
Still, they don't provide safe clothes or the safe measures. So immediately we have to strengthen them because they are the first people exposed with the virus.
Indeed.
So that's so we have to get together, and we have to prepare a plan to face that emergency.
Indeed. And thank you for sending your messages in already. It's by SMS 0772 300 305. Your questions on by SMS, please. 0772 300 305 on the screen now. And amongst the first messages we got was well spotted. Thank you. Yes, it is a public holiday, and you noted that we have got no Jones tea this morning. Slight operational difficulty because we are running with very minimal staff here. But we have cameramen and we have the control room. So thank you. Well spotted. I'm sorry they can't offer you a cup of tea because it was too late. I think they couldn't get here fast enough. Now then, Dr. Nalinda, whilst this is all happening, and we can see that the situation really is affecting the economy pretty badly.
Yes, I got to know that the World Health Organization, they alarmed all the countries on first week of February to prepare for this situation, because it's not a medical emergency. Actually, it affects the whole economy.
Yeah.
I mean, now we keep the COVID-19 aside by this dry situation. Anyway, our tea plantation as well the other sectors are affecting. So this is, by 1 month we have to face this real economic problem, and because of the tax reduction, so government may lose 26% to 28% of the tax income. Anyway, you have to face this everything, but another chance that the crude oil price reduced.
Yeah.
So the benefit should go to the people. In this time, this is very critical. Because as this is in hard situation. So anyway, serious outcome may happen in May or June.
Really? And
Yeah.
what do you think?
No, that's why as a government, we have to take steps, I mean immediate plans as well as long-term plans to face that economic crisis.
Now then, as a medical man yourself, are you satisfied that we are doing everything possible to contain a rise in the numbers? Because suddenly it was 2, then it became 10 and 17 and 18. You know, the numbers like go up.
No, steps taken by the government after the last week
Yeah.
is okay, but we are delayed. That's a problem.
Okay.
We have to take that steps before that.
Okay, given the steps now that they've sort of made that decision, what else do you think, as a medical man and not as a politician?
So first, we have to stop the entry point.
So are you suggesting that our airports and our ports are closed, apart from cargo?
Yes, at a time we have to close the airport. But now you see,
What good does that do?
I mean, we didn't quarantine everyone.
No.
For last, I mean, at the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
At that time, the people from the affected countries,
Yeah.
they came to the country without any quarantine measure. After that, suddenly we took this decision.
Yeah.
That's why I said we had a delay.
But now, if we close the airport now, for, I don't know, how long are you saying we should close it?
No, I can't say anyway as a medical person,
No.
but it depends on the medical experts, especially with the epidemiologist,
Right.
as well the instructions of WHO.
Right.
So this should be collective effort. Otherwise, with the only decisions of the politician, can't resolve the problem.
Are you in agreement that what is your stand then on closing down today, for example? Do you think that this is a good thing? Why is it good?
In 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One, I mean, we have to restrict the gathering of the people.
Right.
One. Second thing, you see, after the closing of the schools,
Yeah.
people got panic and they bought goods by the markets as well as they fueled their vehicles. So now I think shortage of fuel is coming.
It's coming.
Yes, I
It's
mean,
coming. No, I'll tell you something else.
Already it has come.
It has come.
So you know that our fuel storage is only for 2 weeks.
Right.
Then we have to wait till the next shipment is coming.
Right.
Anyway, this decision is benefited not only for the disease but for the fuel crisis.
And I'm pleased to tell you that the tea has arrived. Yes, well done. Thank you. Now then, but honestly, so today, having a holiday today, is that that's a good idea? Or there's somebody, I was looking at on Twitter, somebody was saying that there's no good closing the market down for 1 day. They wanted it closed for a month. What do you think? Will that cause serious difficulties?
No, that depends on the number of patients and I mean the extent of the disease spread.
Yeah.
Anyway, it may 1 or 2 days or the 1 week.
Right.
So we'll see if the number is increasing. We have to close down the towns as well as all institutions.
Right.
Anyway, I think at the moment,
Yeah.
it's not the right decision to close the whole country.
Okay.
So we have to see, because anyway we can't predict in this time.
Yes, we can't predict. That's
Because,
out of the question,
yeah.
doing that.
You see, some people escape from the airport.
Yeah.
So now the government forces is searching them.
inspecting them.
Yeah.
All right. Now then, how about politics? What do you think? Do you think, now you say, we must restrict the gatherings.
Yeah.
So, should we postpone the elections?
Yes, there's a problem. You see, without public gathering or without continuing the awareness program to the people,
Yeah.
so how can we conduct the election? It's a problem because every party doesn't have the capacity to use electronic media and the printed media. So
But instead of spending money traveling around, you can just pay the newspapers and pay the TV stations
But you see-
and take your time. And I'm not touting for business, all right? But
you know that it's very expensive.
It is, isn't it?
Without the governing party can do it, or the former government parties, but other parties, this is a general election, not the presidential election even.
Yeah.
So a lot of parties will contest and lot of candidates.
Yeah.
So anyway, the meeting of the people is a must to maintain the democracy as well as that's why how we feel the reaction of the people. So we have to meet them, otherwise we can stand on the screen and we can say something.
yeah.
There's a problem.
Would you welcome a decision to postpone, or would you rather get on with it?
The decision should come from the president's side because he's the person that he dissolved the parliament early, 6 months early,
Yeah.
and he fixed the date for the election.
Yeah, but to be
And-
fair to him, he didn't have a clue about COVID-19, did he?
That's right, but he
Nor
can-
did you.
No.
Nor did I.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But he can discuss with the election commission, and decision should come from his side. So all parties can.
But don't you
feel-
think that the smaller parties, like you say, who don't have so much of money and supporters, don't you think that they're at a disadvantage? Because the bigger parties, they won one of them's won the presidential election, and they're well known.
Yes, definitely. We have disadvantage. Anyway, that we expect to discuss with the election commission. So because some conditions are not clear. I mean, now day before yesterday, that police made a statement to restrict the gathering, but still we know that some political activities are going on. And the 19th at 12 we have to close the nomination period.
Yeah.
So usually, as a tradition, every party may gather to the district secretariats at the nomination period. So are we going to restrict every activity? That's a problem.
And how confident are you that the JVP will get more than they got, in seat-wise this time? Presidentials, you got under 500,000 votes.
Yes, that's right. You see, the presidential elections are very much different. Now, that was the 8th presidential election.
Yeah.
For last 8 elections, no one can go beyond 500,000
Right.
in Sri Lanka. So
You mean the smaller part?
smaller parties, third party.
Yeah.
Usually, the voters think they see the fight between the two main candidates. But general election is different. You see, people think that right government is now established, and we need people or parliamentarians to make their voices. So I think their selection.
How many seats do you estimate your Politburo? How much do you think that you know this? So you can tell me, how many seats do you expect to get this time?
Now you know that we are contesting for every district,
Yeah.
so we can't expect from the members from every district anyway,
Right.
especially north and east. But in southern districts, we expect more. At least in 2020 election, if they give 20 parliamentarians to NPP, yes, that's a big step.
Is that overly ambitious or is it achievable?
Yes, it can. It can.
You can get.
Yes, because now in preparing our nomination list, we consider two issues. One, all the religious leaders, they ask from all the parties that not to give nominations the corrupt people as well as who have cases in judiciary.
Do you agree that religious people, people of the cloth, should also not be given nominations?
As a party, yes, we are not giving any religious people to contest,
Right.
but they are supporting us.
Okay, but Dr.
Because, no,
Nalin
I mean we have to maintain the respect
Yeah.
to the religious people.
Yeah.
So otherwise they are sitting in the parliament and involving every the debate or the quarrel. It's not nice. I mean they can stand aside and they can instruct and they can guide the country. Otherwise no need to sit in the parliament in every time.
Dr. Nalin Justice, as the JVP, isn't your party fueling this lack of reconciliation and fueling this sort of two distinctly separate places? Why are you not contesting? Why are you not spreading your ideology in the former conflict areas in the east and so on?
No, we have started anyway. We had to start just after the war.
Yeah.
We have difficulties. We don't have much Tamil-speaking members. But anyway, now our organizer in Jaffna district is former parliamentarian Ramalingam Chandrasekhar. As well, new leaders are coming from the eastern side. So we have a hope anyway. The basic idea contesting in the north and east is to acknowledge the people about our policies, principles, and what we did for them.
Okay. But you need to start somewhere.
Yeah, we have already started.
Okay.
That's why we contested for every election, even the local government election we contested for north and east. We have, I mean, small success.
Okay.
It's not, but the number of votes is not enough to get a seat.
Indeed. Now then, thank you very much for your questions. They're coming in quite thick and fast. In terms of the COVID-19, one of the questions is, it says here, it's like a statement. Honourable gentlemen, I would like to kindly bring to your notice the main cause of the virus being China, the root cause of this disease. Why is the government allowing the Chinese to come in freely and restrictions imposed on other nationals and Sri Lankans too? Your opinion on this matter will be highly appreciated. Signed off by an interested Sri Lankan national. Thank you for the question.
Yes, that is, you see this problem. But by the figures, now the China is almost controlling, coming down and controlling the situation, and they are assisting the other countries. So
it's the same answer Dr. Anil Jarsingh gave
yes,
me.
Anyway, I mean, in one side, I am appreciating his involvement, Dr. Anil Jasingh's involvement in this critical situation.
Yeah.
And they are controlling, and they have quarantined their people in their airports.
Dr. Anil Jasinger is, of course, the Director General of Health Services Sri Lanka.
Yeah. So with the limited facilities, maybe we can't quarantine everyone.
Right.
Anyway, to remove the suspicion of the people, it's better to quarantine the Chinese people if we can.
But
Otherwise,
what about Chinese people who are, there's quite a sizable population of them,
No,
because there's various projects and so on. What about the people who are in Sri Lanka? Should they be treated differently? The minute somebody sees a Chinese-looking person, should they cross the street and run?
I mean,
It's not fair, is it?
yes, that's right.
If they're
It's not
they're
fair.
here.
Initially, that happened, you see, but now people are understanding the real situation of the disease. So that's why every time we ask the people, don't be panic. Please follow the instructions of WHO and our health ministry.
Indeed.
So otherwise, if everyone involves the problem, so it may be a mess.
Right, here we go. Another question. Don't you think that the coronavirus has been developed in North Korea and spread around the world? No cases found in North Korea.
Yes, no case found in, you see, Russia.
Okay.
Right.
All right, well, the
It's
conspiracy
politics,
theories.
yes, it's, I think...
There are still people who don't agree that John F. Kennedy was shot by whoever he was shot by, and that this was some great conspiracy. So you can't stop conspiracy theories, can
No,
you?
it's not North Korea, but anyway, you see, the trade war continued between China and America for last 2 years or 3 years. So we don't know the involvement of coronavirus and this trade war.
Whether there's a
Anyway,
link.
they are suspicious, yes. So I got to know that one of the Chinese leaders stated that there is involvement of USA. I don't know, but it may reveal in future. Otherwise, I can't say it's an involvement of North Korea or South Korea.
Yeah.
But I know that the North Korea is having a very well-established health system.
Yeah.
Than South Korea. South Korea is economically stable, that's right, but in health and educational wise, they are more stable.
Thank you. And another message here. It says, according to friends in Milan, Italy, when schools were shut, families went on trips, and this led to the exponential increase in cases. Please do warn Sri Lankan families who are also planning trips to stay at home. Good idea?
Yeah, good idea.
Stay at home.
Stay at home. At least take the advantage of this public holiday and stay at home.
Don't go off to the nearest hotel.
No, don't go.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, stay at home.
Water the plants.
Yeah.
Play with the dog. Right.
So, but...
Listen to Newsfirst.
Water in the plant is another problem.
Another problem, because you've got a drought.
Yeah.
Okay, don't. Gee, goodness
Don't
me.
water in the plant for 2 times.
Right.
So that advice came from Vasudeva Naikara, the minister.
Yes, that's right. Yes, so Vasu said that. But honestly, now then, we're back at a critical crossroads here. With all this business, if the collective opposition doesn't focus, is there a danger, and why is it a danger, of a 2/3 in Parliament?
What is for 2/3? I mean, where it has written for 2/3 need, that is only for the constitutional change.
Right.
Otherwise, to reduce the tax or reduce the price of goods or to giving jobs or to start industrial zone, no need 2/3. At least, I mean, that needs only the simple majority, not the 113. That's simple majority.
Yeah.
But
so what you're saying is there's no need for a 2/3.
two-thirds needs to change some conditions in the constitution. Huh?
Right.
Like it happened in 2012 that they abolished the 17th Amendment and started they introduced the 18th Amendment. Then we have to change it as a 19th Amendment.
Yeah.
So that needs two-thirds, right? That's okay.
So
Otherwise,
those things will get supported by the smaller parties.
yes.
So
Otherwise,
therefore you don't need an overall two-thirds. But my question really isn't that. My question is that, you know, you've won the presidential election, so you tend to be on a roller coaster. If the collective opposition are fighting and can't get together, don't you think that the two-thirds will happen automatically?
no, I mean, it may happen in the parliament, not
Yeah.
in the election period.
Right.
Anyway,
What do you mean? You mean after some people will cross over?
yes, I know that Mr. Basil Rajapaksa he's good enough to that deal.
How does Basil Rajapaksa get people to cross over?
My money and
Cash, real hard cash.
yes, and giving some ministerial portfolios as well. Most of these politicians, you know, they are running business, so they need the government support, and some have judiciary cases, so they have to settle them. So
These are the types of deals.
yes, that happened in the past. So that's why this division of the some opposition parties may assist to cross over.
Would your party support a move in Parliament? Will you even start that process in which you want to pass new legislation so that you will then address this anomaly that was created in the Supreme Court? Well, I think it's an anomaly, where if you're crossing over at the request of the President to serve as a minister or deputy minister, then you can cross over. I think it's rather unfair. It's not democratic.
No, yeah, that's right. In 19th Amendment, we proposed that condition. Anyway, in 20th Amendment even, with the abolition of the executive presidency,
Yeah.
we tried to propose it. But you see, it needs two-thirds. That's right. It's very difficult to get the two-thirds for that to stop the crossover, because the government side is always expecting to make their strength by such kind of deals.
I see. So finally, what do you say? Finally, what do you say? What do you say to people?
Yes, you can see the nomination list by 19.
Yeah.
So please see the parties follow your thinking pattern before the election, because you are the one who asks by the politicians not to send corrupted people to the parliament and not that low educated people sent to parliament. So as National People's Power, including JVP, I can happily say that we set a good nomination list. Then if the people will elect more number from NPP, so yes, we will make the parliament with your expectation. Otherwise, giving a small number, we can't involve every matters. That's the problem. So if you strengthen more, yes, we can do more.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank
Now
you.
then, as we come to the end of the program, I need to ask you, well, I'll read to you another message.
Yeah.
It says there are thousands of dengue cases and many deaths every year, but the government is not that concerned. Government is only worried about corona. Shouldn't dengue also be dealt with a similar matter and urgency?
That's right, very correct. It's more serious than corona. It may arise in May just after the monsoon, just during the start of the monsoon. So now we have to prepare for dengue even. At least usually annually the dengue patients reporting more than 100,000. We observe 200, 300 deaths. Always when dengue arise, the health ministry, as ministers as well as all the politicians, they talk about the antivirus and the highly developed technology. But same thing happen every year. So we have, I mean, it can be controlled.
What do you say to people who go to the supermarket and buy 10 times more than they need?
Don't be panic. Please think about the other people, I mean, who are doing daily business or the
daily living.
Daily living. So they can't afford
to buy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the period that everyone should show the humanity. We can overcome the crisis, we can overcome this epidemic, but we can't repair the humanity after a severe breakdown. So please consider everyone has aspiration to live more. Long live.
To live longer.
Yes.
And therefore, can you stop buying so much 10 times more than you really need?
Yes.
Because the person who depends on a daily wage salary can't buy in advance. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Indeed. And do we have enough bare essentials to last us? Sri Lanka, have we got enough rice? Have we got enough of everything?
No.
We don't?
We don't have. That's why we have to import. So we don't have any. I mean, we have long-term agriculture plan. So every time in this crisis, we have to depend on the other countries. So otherwise, you see, if one shipment delay from Pakistan or India,
which is why,
or Thailand,
yeah.
So we have to wait for the queues.
So, but which is why we need to develop our agriculture sector.
Why not?
Pretty pronto like that.
Even the highly developed countries, they pay more attention to agriculture.
And we need
subsidies. Otherwise, the agriculture sector can't develop without subsidies. The giving subsidy to the farmer or the fisherman is, I mean, that's not only for them, but to the whole society.
It's remarkable that you're saying that, because I noticed in the last month or two that the government entered into contracts to extend the emergency power sector by about 100 megawatts initially, and then by another 100 and plus megawatts thereafter. Whilst doing all this and spending around $65 million for the 6-month 100 megawatts, the total exposure about $65 million, the balance needed to complete the Umawe project, where it will also supply water and power and drinking water to some of the most inhospitable terrain in the country, minus the water, in Monragala district, for example, that has been ignored. And it's a great pity that people in Parliament don't point these things out. Have you pointed it out? Have you told them to finish it off, Umawe, get the water going to Monragala?
No, you see that we are the people that raised that issue in the Parliament and the outside.
Yeah.
We are the people question from the government about the feasibility report at the environment impact.
Yes, but Dr. Nalina, now that project is around 85% finished.
Yes.
The leaks have been stopped. They're working on stopping a little bit. And it's only almost like finishing. So now you're not going to go backwards.
Yes.
So we need to go forward.
I mean, giving water to southern Monragala and Hambantota, it's okay.
Yeah.
That should do. But
there's 5,000 hectares of land waiting to be irrigated there.
That's right, but you see, we have to consider, is there enough water to...
Well, they'll only get whatever is there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
They've,
why
got, they've put two reservoirs in.
Yes.
Right? So if there's no water,
Anyway,
no one gets
that
it.
was technical fault from that the 1 or 2 years back.
Yeah.
That's why their lives, every property and the land got danger by the...
But also, the government, when they launched the project, they should have also rehoused the people.
Yeah, why not?
The project was delayed by 2 years.
And they have to
because of
compensate.
that. Yes, and compensate and so on. But if they don't do that, change will never happen. The temple of Abu Simbel was right at the bottom of the Aswan Dam until the then president said, no, look, we need the dam, and if you want that, then rehouse the temple of Abu Simbel, which is now relocated. It's somewhere else. It's not in its original place. And the Egyptian economy changed after the Aswan Dam came into being.
We had examples.
Well, we have examples in the past. Dr. Nalinda Jayatis, thank you. We've touched on a wide range of subjects, but COVID-19, people must remember to clean your hands. Personal hygiene is very essential.
Personal hygiene is very essential, as well as the national security.
As well as national security.
Yes.
We seem to have got the national security almost right. Well, it seemed to be.
Yes.
So let's get the personal hygiene going. And that's the way it was then on Newsline Live. Thank you very much, Dr. Nalinda Jayatis.
Thank you.
And that's the way it was here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do take care. Do follow News First on our radio and TV bulletins that comes to you in all 3 languages. Take care and God bless.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shauketaly.